Ranjabu with facts. Today I will discuss at length about the World Civilization series. As we know that the Greece has been known as the cradle of Western civilization. The Greece civilization is the oldest in the European world history. As we know that Greece has been a congregation of city-state in the ancient time. Actual history of Greece begins in the 8th century BC. As we know that it was writing of Hesiod, one of the poet of Greece at the time in 8th century, who has written 2 books at that time that is considered to be the oldest literature of the Western civilization. The first book was Theogony, and the second book was written by him was Work and Time. These 2 books after him, Theogony has discussed about the lineage of the god and goddesses of the Greece. As the god and goddesses of the Greece were living on the mountain Olympia at that time, according to this mythological book. And the second book is about the practical aspect of a man's life, that is Work and Time. And the other poet of that time was Homer, who has written 2 important epics of that time, that is considered to be a mythological which cast a mythological light on the history of Greece of that time. The 2 epics written by Homer was Iliad and Odyssey. We know much about the ancient history of Greece from the writings of the poet of the 18th century of Greece, that was Homer. Homer, who has written later on a book Odyssey. Greece was a scattered society earlier, but with the progress of time and with the gradual progress of time, Greece has been organized into a city-states and a organized form of government has been formed there. And the 2 important city of Greece, ancient Greece, was one was Athens and the second was Sparta. These 2 cities of the important cities of the Greece at that time was dominated by many intellectuals. At the same time, Greece has a very general kind of assembly where people used to congregate and took the important decisions with their head at the realm of the administration. In this way, Athens and Sparta has developed into 2 important city of the ancient Greece at that time. But the Athens and the Sparta had been at peace for certain period of time, but gradually with passage of time, Athens and their intra-city war in Greece has erupted, and Athens and Sparta has started fighting the war over suzerainty of Greece, for their suzerainty over the Greece. It was the Peloponnesian War, which is considered to be an important war in the Greece history, when Sparta has defeated the Athenian king at that time and deposed him, and Sparta has the suzerainty over all of the Greece. This was the time that 3 important philosophers of that time has came to fore during at this time of the ancient Greeks. The first was the Socrates, who has been wrongly convicted for stating the truth before the people, as he was in search of truth throughout his life, and he wanted to know more and more more and more on any topic, and this reason has due to this reason he has become the sore of all the eyes of the kings or rulers of that time in Greece, and he has been conspired to death after found him guilty in an hearsay, and later on he has been put to death. One of the important disciple, Plato was one of the genius philosopher of Greece, who has imbibed the qualities of his mentor Socrates, and he has written a fantastic book on the administration of a state, that is republic. And the ardent disciple of Plato was the Aristotle, who later on became the mentor and who tutelaged the Alexander the Great. This was the time that Macedonians were advancing in their power and strength, and one of the Macedonian king, Philip II, has attacked Greece, and Greece has come under the suzerainty of the Macedonian king Philip II. With the death of Macedonian king Philip II, his son Alexander the Great has ascended the throne, and later on he has conquered almost all the world, including some parts of India and Greece also, and he has become the conqueror of the world of that time. It was during the Alexander's time that Greece has been consolidated and advanced in many respects, along with his contribution in the Persian Empire, as he has conquered Persia also, and had made a long pilgrimage to a place which was very ardent at that time, as it was in the scorching heat, moving on the sand. So this was the Alexander the Great who has organized the Greek city-state to a maximum strength. Greece has flourished in many respects. Many literatures has been wrote there, and many development activities has taken place during the Macedonian reign. And after the Macedonian reign, with the death of Alexander, his generals has divided the principality of the Greece and other states conquered by Alexander among themselves. So then Egypt has come under an efficient general of the Alexander the Great. This was the time that according to accounts given in the Iliad written by Homer, one of the as we know that a Trojan war was fought between the Troy and Athens of Achaeans at that time. This was the part of Greece, and that a Troy king Paris has abducted the queen of Achaeans, that was she was Helen, and has taken her to her own kingdom in Troy. Paris was the son of Priam. So with this abduction, a war broke out between the Achaeans and the Troy, and later on the book describes the last events in the Trojan War. Iliad describes the last events in the Trojan War, when the Achaeans has attacked Troy and annihilated Troy to the ground and conquered over the Troy. But one of the descendant of Troy, who was related to the first king of Troy, Priam, has escaped from the Troy through the sea route, and he reached in Rome, and one of his descendant has founded the city of Rome. The descendant, the Romulus and Remus, these two descendants of the Aeneas, the man who has escaped from the Achaean hands through the sea route to Rome, was Aeneas. And it has been mentioned in one of the one of the books, fantastic book of that time, that was Aeneid, written by Virgil. Though these books are considered to be mythical, but these books were the only source to throw light on the ancient Greece and the ancient Rome of that time. With the foundation of Rome by the descendant of Aeneas, as delineated by Virgil in his book, famous book Aeneid, the Rome started its own republic by the ethnic people of the territory of Rome, and gradually Romans has started developing their republic gradually, and with the fall of the republic in Rome, consularship has developed in Rome, and a Roman empire has been founded later on by one of the efficient king. His name was Octavian. He was the adopted son of Julius Caesar, as Julius Caesar was one of the consul of the Rome in the preceding years, but after his assassination, his adopted son Octavian, who is later known as the Augustus, has risen to the throne of the Roman Empire, and he has consolidated the whole of the Roman Empire, which flourished in every respect. This was the time that Christianity has started floating from the birthplace of Jesus Christ, who was said to be the founder of the Christianity religion, and from Jerusalem it has spread to Syria and later on to the Rome. It was two of the ardent disciples of the Jesus Christ. One was Paul, who had gone to Syria, as he has the vision of Christ, who has instructed him how to spread the message of their Lord God, Son of God, in that region. And the other was Peter. Other disciple was Peter, who has come to Rome to spread the religion of Christianity in Roman Empire. Later on, Peter has been executed, and he has been buried there near Vatican City in Rome. So this was the era of spread of Christianity in the Western Roman Empire, and with the gradual progression of time, a king has come in the year 300 AD, and the name of that king was Constantinople of the Roman Empire, who has for the first time embraced Christianity and converted to Christianity, and later on the state of Roman empires has adopted Christianity as their state religion. Earlier there was no religion, as there was a pagan culture was prevailing in whole of the Roman, Greek and other states of that contemporary times. But with Constantine, who has also been credited with founding of the Eastern Roman Empire near the Greek cities in the Byzantium Empire. So this was the period that gradually, though in 385 or 86, Christianity has been recognized as the state religion of the Roman Empire, and since then Christianity has spread to the other parts of the Western world. So this was the phase that this was the period that two Roman empires were established at that time. One was the oldest Western Roman Empire with its power center at Rome, and the other was as the Eastern Roman Empire, which its center was at Byzantium. That was also known as Byzantine Empire. So it has a great Greek influence on these empires. Later on, Western Roman Empire has gradually disintegrated due to the frequent raids from the different sides, and one of the major raids were made from the people of the Germanic origin, and by this way with the advent of 5th century AD, Western Roman Empire has almost totally disintegrated, and one of the efficient king, King Justinian II, has risen to power in the Eastern Roman Empire that was situated in Byzantium, by the Byzantine Empire, and it was the Justinian who has started formulating the law codes for the governance of that country, and he has been successful. Justinian II had been successful to recover some of the lost territory of the Western Roman Empire from the external intruding forces. But that was short-lived, and gradually Western Roman Empire has disintegrated in the course of time, and but the Eastern Roman Empire, which was based at Byzantium at that time, had continued to flourish in all respect till 1453, till the invasion of the Ottoman Empire in the Eastern Roman Empire. Though in this meantime many development has taken place in the Eastern Roman Empire, and this was the time that a new religion has come in the fore, and the religion was of Islam, and Islamic invaders has started raiding the Eastern Roman Empire from all the directions. But Eastern Roman Empire was efficient enough in all respect to counter the invasion by pushing them back to the other parts of that time, like the Islam were confined to Syria and all these places. Egypt, they have conquered over Egypt, but they could not disintegrate the Eastern Roman Empire. It was only the Ottoman kingdom which has gradually grown in strength in the intermediate period after the 12th 100 AD, that the Ottoman Empire has subjugated the Eastern surviving Eastern Roman Empire, and with in the year 1453 the Eastern Roman Empire has been completely subjugated by the Ottoman Empire, and an Ottoman kingdom has been established in the most part of the world. Thank you.